All right, you are listening to 99.1 LPFM, KZUT, Los Angeles, California. This is Lava Radio, and you're with your hosts, Tade
and Brian.
And some very, very special guests today. We got Sabrina's not in this chat.
Hello.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey.
Good. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Maddie and
Sienna and
that's it.
And us.
That's our whole band.
And Olivia, what do you guys all play?
I play guitar and vocals.
That's Olivia.
I play bass and sometimes vocals.
And that's Maddie.
Sienna plays drums.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. How you guys doing?
We're good. Maddie and I are a little bit sick today. Maddie's...
I'm at the end.
I'm at the beginning.
She hasn't been hit yet. The storm's coming for her.
The listeners should know that Maddie's sitting upside down on a couch with her head towards the ground.
It helps the blood flow and recover quicker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So you guys just had that show at Non Plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How was that?
It was awesome.
Great.
So much fun. So much fun.
Great
You were over
venue.
there.
So
Yeah, I was there. It was great.
Brian
Great
can
vibe.
attest.
It was a great vibe.
I can attest. It was
Yeah.
the first show back too in a minute, so that was like really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have all been in different parts of the country for school, right?
Yep. I go to school in New York and Sienna goes to school in SF.
Yeah, Frisco. Maddie is in LA.
Yeah, holding it down.
Holding it down on the home front.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys have a lot of shows planned over the summer?
Yeah,
A lot of
actually.
shows.
Yeah. And it was interesting because when we were in the school, like, we kept getting hit up for stuff that we really wanted to play, but we're like, sorry, out of town. And now they're all here.
Nice. Does it kind of build up the excitement with that?
Yeah.
Just like looking forward to getting back together and everything?
It's so sad to say no, especially when the cool stuff's there. It's like, we can't play this and we want to so bad. But it's cool because like cool stuff still continues to pop up. So.
Totally. Kind of creates the demand for it. Everybody wants to see Sabrina shows and everything.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
People definitely wonder when we're coming back when we don't play for a minute.
Yeah. And how is that with you guys living? Do you guys keep in contact about the music, or is it less music based, or is it just kind of keeping in contact as friends and stuff? And then
We have the group chat.
Yeah. We'll both a lot
Is Sabrina
of
in
stuff
it?
still.
Sorry.
Can you add in some claps there?
Yeah. You make sure to.
Yeah, we keep in touch, but sometimes, I don't know, I feel like it goes by pretty quick, and then I'm like, oh, we're together again.
Yeah,
Like,
it really does.
We didn't do a lot of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that we should definitely try to write music, like, away from each other, like, try to do that, like, experiment with that, but it's just, like...
It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Did not happen, but since we've been back, we've been really crazy about writing, like, just before this we were
Nice.
writing, like, or practicing, like, new songs that we're writing, so...
Do you guys start songs on your own and then kind of like itch to play it with each other and stuff, and then...
Kind of. Well, I'll bring, like, parts. Like, every once in a while, we'll have a whole thing, like, from start to finish that, like, was a premeditated idea, but other times it's, like, I have, like, parts, or Olivia has parts, or we have, like, an idea of what we want to do for something. But we were just laughing about this because oftentimes whenever Olivia's playing something or writing something, or if I'm writing something, we end up, like, writing something in the same key that, like, just happens to match up.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
it works
And
out
even when
pretty
it
well.
doesn't, we're
Yeah.
just, like, whatever.
It works.
Nice.
Even when it doesn't, yeah.
And you guys released this album, it was a couple months ago, right? This newest album?
January.
It was... Wait, wasn't it? Yeah, it was right before we left, right?
Yeah, we're like, release show,
Yeah.
bye.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
was right before we left for school.
That was like the
Yeah.
official departure right
Yeah,
there?
basically.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Basically. Yeah, and so it was amazing. It was such a crazy show. It was at this place called
The
the Arapaho House
Yeah,
in
yeah.
downtown LA. Like, it was a DIY show. A bunch Tade played.
I was there. That was fun. That was a fun night.
This other band, Big Fun, and we're actually playing their release show. So.
They're super cool.
Yeah,
I love Big Fun. Yeah.
They're awesome.
We play them sometimes. We were anticipating some new music from them because their
They
album
just
came
sent
out.
us their new album.
Oh wow! Look at that.
We'll play on the next episode.
Oh, heck yeah! We
Yeah.
gotta do that.
Yeah, stay tuned next week.
Ember and his orchestra played.
Mhm.
It was just crazy because like there were all these people there that we didn't even know. Like, we'd never even seen them before. So it was just like there were so many people there, and like
and they stayed for so
yeah,
long.
the night was like okay, there was like the show part of it, but then 2 hours after like
We had like
the
rave
bands
DJs.
ended, like people were just still hanging out,
Yeah.
like talking, like hanging out outside, listening to like you and like the DJ, and random
We
DJ
had
that we
vendors,
didn't even know who he was.
tattoo
but-
artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tattoo artist.
It was a really good energy that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Like people were stoked to hear the new album, and
Yeah.
it was so like it felt like a culminating moment almost that I was like I got to be a part of, but wasn't necessarily there for the whole journey. But I was like, whoa, this is like some crazy energy right now.
Yeah, it was
was
so
awesome.
exciting.
Nice.
And we paid off. We
The
paid
van.
off for
You
all of our
did,
debts
yes.
after that night.
Almost. We got really
Almost.
close.
But it was like 200
huge
bucks short
chunk.
or something. But that
Nice.
was good.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Well,
sorry, go.
Sabrina's
well, I was gonna say we
finally
should
into-
go into the album soon, but
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
No, I was going to introduce the album. It's called Not for Sensitive Skin, right?
Not recommended.
Not recommended for sensitive skin.
Okay.
Sounds good. And we'll go into the meaning of that title and a little bit about the album after that.
Yeah.
But to start off the set, we're going to go right into the song called This Innocent Fish. And thanks for having us, guys. And we'll go
Having
right
us.
into it.
Thank you for having us.
Will it sink or will it float? Your guess is as good as mine. Cracked open so many worlds. I'm cracking open one right now, girl. She's really unique. She's this innocent fish, this innocent heat, this innocent hunger, 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 hunger. This innocent fish, this innocent heat, this innocent hunger, 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 hunger. Sweet. This innocent fish, this innocent heat, this innocent hunger, 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 hunger. This innocent fish, this innocent heat, this innocent hunger, 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 hunger. Sweet. I cracked open so many worlds. I'm cracking open trap. I'm not gonna step into your trap. I'm not gonna step into your trap. Already granted arbitrary. Assuming that you're more human than me. Authority granted arbitrary. Assuming that you're more human than me. Can understand so I can appreciate, and I'll never say it out loud. To say it out loud is to admit I'm a stupid person. Whitman, Shelley, fucking O. Henry, I'm not worthy. All these poets do a nice job. Remind me I'm a stupid person. If you can't understand what's wrong with you, you're probably just a stupid person. Wordsworth, Byron, Oscar Wilde, I'm not worthy. All these poets do a nice job. Remind me I'm a stupid person. If you can't understand what's wrong with you, you're probably just a stupid person.
All right, and we're back. That track you just heard was called Poets, and before that was Sabrina from Sabrina's Not in This Chat, and at the top was This Innocent Fish. I wanted to ask really quick about the album art, because I believe Maddie made that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I made all the stuff and got all the supplies, and then we kind of all came together and set it up how we all wanted it to be set up and shot it together. But yeah, I just made all our little mini me's.
Yeah, I like it. It's representative of. It's just a very interesting album art because it's kind of, I don't know, it's real, but it's like a photo, but it looks real at the same time.
It's kind of dark. It's kind of
yeah.
If you haven't seen the album art, it's basically clay figures, right? And clay and stuff.
Yeah.
In this
sculpted.
setting, and for some reason I might have not seen it for a while, but are there dinosaurs in it, like pterodactyls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's it's kind of like a
little
chaotic
tiny
situation.
Lego train and a baby.
Yeah.
A miniature baby.
But our heads, it's the three
yeah.
of us
Oh, yeah.
sitting on a bench, and this wasn't even we weren't even gonna do this at first, but when we were setting it up, we were let's just not have our heads be on our bodies, and then we just
put like Maddie's is on her lap, like mine is like rolling away, and Sienna's head is like in like a mini train. Like,
Nice. Yeah. So definitely a little chaotic. Like the album. Like the album's pretty like chaotic and crazy.
But in a good way.
In the best possible ways. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where would you say like you guys draw musical influences from?
It's
We all got different.
it spans.
things,
It
yeah.
definitely spans.
Number one
Let's
for
start.
everybody
Let's start.
in 3 seconds. Who's your number one influence?
Who's your ride or die?
Right or die.
Let's see.
John Mayer.
John Mayer. Yeah, you can definitely hear him in there.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of get my drum influences from like all kinds of things, but a lot of like, I don't know, because I practice with like jazz stuff or like very like chaotic things, but also like structured, like play with hip hop and like, I don't know. So I guess like, it kind of like comes out in everything for my parts, but you guys.
Yeah, I definitely. I like Primus.
Yeah.
I like Primus.
That's it.
I like Primus, but I also just listen to a lot of like really obnoxious math rock, and if it's not like when she gets into her hip hop, though she can. Sorry, I did it. I knew I would. Okay.
That crap.
That crap. Sienna definitely brings out the funkier side in me sometimes, which is cool, and I do appreciate and would like to draw more from funk than I do. But that's definitely, emo funk and funk metal.
Yeah. You can hear the math in the bass lines. It's really cool. It goes really well with like, because it's not math rock by any means.
Yeah,
but like just the
it's
bass
not.
lines are, you can hear them kind of like jumping all over the place and everything like that.
Yeah,
like it does.
it ends up being just like kind of angular, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I try to like not be super obnoxious because you so can't. It's so easy to be obnoxious and angular and losing like melody and like a flow that's still like, because I'm emo. I love those not predictable things, but those combinations that just make you feel good.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah.
Did you have any influences with it as well?
Yeah, I don't have like a lot of guitar influences. I don't really like a lot of like, I don't know, I don't like chords that much anymore. Like I think our first few songs were mostly chord based, but I don't know, like guitar influences are hard for me, but in terms of like songwriting, which I like spend a lot of energy thinking about, the Pixies are a really big one for me, like the way that they structure their songs and like their transitions and their kind of like contradictory feels like present in one song. Like also vocally, Frank Black like taught me a lot about having like a good balance between melody and how, like, I think, yeah, the Pixies taught me rhythm, like how important rhythm is in like vocally, and I don't know, I'm like, yeah, I'm really influenced by like rhythmic stuff. I recently found out about No Wave from our friend Alex recently, like 2 years ago, but yeah, that's a really good example of like rhythmic guitar, like playing guitar in a way that's like fills up less space and is more like choosy about where it lands.
Sure, yeah.
As opposed to like like a lot of noisiness, like
Sure, it's like intentional almost.
yeah.
Like,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually was going to bring up, because it's always been kind of like a standing out point of your guys' music, of the structure of it and the quick changes of it. And I've always noticed that's like been a very specific stylistic sort of thing of your guys' music. And yeah, is that something that you guys have kind of embraced as a sound that you guys do? Because you can hear it a lot in this album as well, just these quick changes that really almost throw you off balance but completely make sense at the same time?
I feel like every time when it comes to like, okay, how are we gonna go into the next thing? I feel like every time we just go, you know, it'd be funny if we did this, and like, it kind of just stems around that. Like, we've never thought about making it smooth necessarily, as long as
Because
it can flow abruptly.
Because making it smooth means, like, to me, means, like, writing a really cool guitar part or, like, whatever part that you love, and then, like, putting that on hold, and then being like, okay, this is one song, and I need to write another guitar part that will go with that, and then making that a song, as opposed to, like, sitting down on, like, 2 different days of the week and writing completely different guitar parts, or whatever parts, and like, and they're both like really badass, and you love both of them, and like, and just being like, well, they can go together, you know, like they can, especially if it's like one feel and then a different feel, it's like having that, the contrast, at least for me, like there's more of an appreciation for each part when the parts are so different. Like if you're going from something like, you know, really fast to something really like heavy and slow and sludgy, it emphasizes those different feelings.
Definitely.
I think you can definitely hear the fact that Olivia and I, like, there are a lot of, most of our songs are like pieces that Olivia and I will bring, and then they end up as one, but like you definitely feel the fact that it's like different emotions from 2 different people, and like the change is definitely there.
Yeah. Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
Yeah.
And do you guys still play it, or is it on the album?
Oh, well, I guess, well, for me, I guess I would consider Sabrina to be the first song that we wrote with each other. Just because I didn't really...
Ever?
Hyena and Clean were, like, structurally already written.
Yeah, we wrote, like, 2 before.
Did we write down? It was just Hyena.
Oh, no, maybe
was it
Down by the Bay did come... I think Down by the Bay may have been half of an idea, but I think I finished it up with you guys.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, Sabrina sticks in my head as the first song that we, like, wrote with each other.
Together, yeah. Sienna and I wrote a couple of songs, Hyena and Clean, which we'll never play again. Even though my mom last night was just like, you gotta play Clean. I want your hits. I want your
Oh, I forgot
like,
we used to play that.
She was just like, Olivia, trust me.
We used to play Hot Shower too. That was
Yeah, we used to play, oh my god, we used to play a
This
song
Happens, Shreds.
yeah. We used to play a couple songs that Sienna and I wrote, like, in the band we were in before, just so we had, like, a full set that we could play.
Sure.
But
So is this the first full sort of work that you guys have recorded and gone through, right?
basically, yeah, we recorded a couple of EPs just to get music out there with our friend Ryden. But this was, like, the real, like, Ryden's recordings are still super awesome. Like, really cool, like, raw. But we wrote more songs, like, since then, and, you know, we wanted to, like, put money into it and make sure it, like, sounded really good, so, yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you? Just before I ask a little bit about, like, the recording process itself, so it kind of sounds like, you know, with Brian's earlier question with, like, influences and stuff like that, kind of sounds like the writing process is you guys get together and just kind of feel it out, right? There's never... do you guys see it as you guys have a direction and then go off of that, or is it mainly just kind of feeling it in the moment?
Sometimes
What do you mean
definitely...
a direction? What do you mean?
Do you ever want a song to sound like something?
Okay.
We definitely
I'm gonna write a
sometimes
song
have
about this today.
moods that we're going for,
Yeah.
but then there's also, like, loads and loads of 45-minute accidental jam sessions on my phone.
Sure.
I feel like all of our songs like lean towards, like, 3 things. I feel like it's jamming, which we do a lot. Like, Somebody Put Me Here was completely written from jamming, and then like, us bringing in different parts. Like, I feel like we do that, and then like one part will be us bringing in parts, and then like another part of the song will be like a jam. But then I feel like for can I say, wait, one of our for My Ass, one of our songs, that song I actually like had a very specific like direction that you're talking about. Like I wanted it to be like, I wrote like the simple guitar part, and I wanted the entire song just like theoretically, before I even brought it in, like to be like, you know, Maddie playing like different bass lines, and Sienna for every like break playing different drum parts, and then the vocal line like following this story, and then the guitar as like a contrast to their changes just being the same the entire song. So I feel like that was a song that, and I also wanted to like make a song that was shorter and more simpler than the songs that we were making, and was just one part. I was like, you know, like, oh, we don't have a song that's just one part. So it's kind of, we kind of do that too, like, oh, we want a song that is like this theoretically before we, you know, dive into it. So.
And I guess before we go back into the music, unless you had more questions.
I do, but I can hold on to them.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask a little bit about the recording process, where you guys recorded, and how, I think I talked to you guys once a long time ago, and you guys said like you recorded all in a week or something like that.
2 days.
In 2 days.
Wow. And she went back for some extra vocal stuff, but yeah, we recorded in 2 days.
So the album was written before you guys left, and then you left and then came back and recorded it?
We recorded last summer, like a year ago.
Did we do that? Or it was right before you guys left?
We recorded like in August or something.
Okay, the release show was over.
Wait,
When
did we
winter
do it on?
break.
Did we
Okay.
do it at the end
So-
of tour? Didn't we tour and then we?
No.
No,
Wait, which tour?
I don't know.
We recorded it
So it happened last year.
because we had met Andrew a long time ago through Patty, which is like a year before tour, so like 2 years ago we toured. So we recorded at the end of last summer because I was like super sick, and I just remember it was right before I was going to school.
Yeah, so
2
so the
days, yeah.
the album was right before we went like to our first semester, and then
Yeah.
the release show was like over winter break.
I see.
So yeah,
But
that's
you guys
where
recorded the album in 2 days. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Was,
the
was it
first
live
thing-
recording or like overdubs?
Some
live.
We
overdubs.
yeah, we punched in to fix the
Nice.
couple of things here
Your
and there.
bass thing was broken the first day. That's what he said.
What broke on the first
yeah.
day?
Wait, what happened?
You like, the guy was still fixing it, so then you
Oh,
did
it was
through
from tour.
the DI.
Yeah, no, because I broke my bass head on tour. Okay, I'm
No.
not completely crazy. It wasn't
the
right
San
after
Francisco
tour.
tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first day was 8 hours, and the second day was 10 hours.
Wow.
And Sienna
Ridiculous.
went to the emergency room in
After
between.
the first day.
After the first
No.
day.
No.
We packed all of us into my Honda Fit, all of Sienna's kit, both of our amps, guitar and bass,
Sienna
and day
was
packs.
so miserable the second day. She was just like,
Her lung, it was so gross. She was just like coughing up.
Sienna, do you think you could do it one more time? And there's no air conditioning in the place
It
that
was
we
so
recorded
hot.
it, so it was just like,
In Anaheim, like it was so in in one of those like units, you know, and the long ass trip. It was so hot. It was so hot.
Man, that's rough.
Well worth it though.
Yeah,
Definitely.
the album definitely has some fire in it.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
fire.
Cool. So we're gonna get back to the music. Get into these next 3 songs. The first one, it's been a weird day, and that's gonna be starting it off. And again, you're listening to Lava Radio on KZUT 99.1 FM.
I left. It was a Monday, you know what they said? A monkey in you, a monkey in me. I don't know what that means, and I don't know if I like you. What do you want? I'm just being honest. Was every just breathe. But not just to breathe, try to breathe easy. You said that this be obvious. Well, obviously not, 'cause words are never just words and people are never just. You only want my skin, so you're gonna ponder it too.
on my common sense and plugged it out with one step. My mother threw parties in the dark ages. The small house was stuffed with familiar faces. People hanging on chairs, mingling wine between their fingers. Feel sad for herself. The ignored feeling is the loudest laugh of the pack. It's my mother, the host. I observe from the kitchen a retreating ghost. Watch her open it wide. She opens her mouth. Fancy brews enter in, and the laughter rolls out. We agree she has power, we're at her command. Arranged appetizers, spill out one demand. Polite talk resides at the surface, or else agreeable, suppress yourself. Self-conscious mob mind, thought brewing guilt. Creating comparisons, just watch me wilt. Genes won't allow me to pass all this down. Nature won't allow me to pass all this down. A side passed down pattern of daughter and mother. Imagining mine in my shoes makes me shudder. He tells me to break it, but that's not my call. Don't know you to fire, want a child at all. Stay calm on the rental, her voice makes a knife. It's probably practice the rest of my life.
Sure. You get to read that.
All right, and we are back with Sabrina's Not in This Chat. You're listening to Lava Radio on KZUT. Thanks again for having us, Sienna, at your house and doing this interview.
It's not in this room.
Yeah,
It's the practice room.
it's a
Steamy.
really good album. For those of you that are just joining us, you're listening to Not Recommended for Sensitive Skin. And yeah, if you've listened to the shows in the past, we played some songs on it before, so you might be familiar with some of the songs. Yeah, do you want to go into some of your...
Sure, we should definitely introduce. There's another person that entered the room during the break, a furried friend named Bowie, Sienna's dog, keeping us entertained. So you may hear him pitter-pattering around. But back into the questions.
To Bowie.
Yeah, to Bowie. How long
What is
have
it
you?
like being the dog?
How long has Sabrina's Not in This Chat been a band?
Approaching 3.
Approaching 3 years. And how long have you known each other?
It's the pop quiz section. Pop quiz.
I've known Maddie approaching 3.
I've known these two for basically as long as I've been in the band,
Mm.
and then they've known each other.
And then I've known Sienna. No, wait a minute. We kind of crossed paths middle school. Didn't know you though.
Yeah, kind of crossed paths in middle school, and then I was really good
Soccer
friends
team.
with. Yeah, soccer. I was really good friends with her sister in high school, and then I met her sophomore year,
Yeah.
and then I met you like shortly after.
And then I came to high
So
school.
like a lot of many.
A lot of years.
And so were you guys playing music together, or how did Sabrina start? How did it
Brandon
go down?
and
Yeah.
Olivia were in a band. Then I
Yeah.
was in a band. And then that band wasn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, the other members went away to college, and then that summer, it was like, what was it? It was summer 20. It was like
17.
I was 16 our first two.
16.
16, summer 20.
Thank God we got a.
I'm just
Well,
gonna
you're not a
say-
millennial, but a 2000s kid. Just
Oh,
like, what
okay,
year was it?
nice.
How old was I when that happened?
Nice.
Yeah, I was just like, Sienna, we gotta start another band. And I had an idea. I just wanted it to be like... It's funny because Clean, like the first song we wrote, was like... I was just remembering the other day, it was like we were kind of writing it at the end of Kindergartners, which was our other band. So it's like this like swishy thing. So yeah. And then I met Maddie at the Smell.
Yeah. We have a mutual friend, and I had just started playing bass like maybe 6 or 8 months before that, and maybe like seriously 3 months before that. And they're like, I met Olivia. We talked for like, the first time I met her, we talked probably for a solid 30 minutes straight, or like 30 minutes straight. We had like a pretty intense conversation. And then we just literally jammed like the next week.
Nice.
Came and hung out with Olivia and Sienna.
So you were kind of learning the instrument through the band, in a way.
I would 100% say that like I learned bass in Sabrina.
Has that kind of influenced the trajectory of the music itself as well, as far as like technicality, like getting more technical with it, and then
I guess I as an individual try to not let myself get stuck in habits and patterns, because I definitely do, and I definitely like there's things that I initially helped me that are now definitely things that I go to as a crutch instead of like pushing myself to do other things. But I definitely try to challenge myself in different ways rhythmically, and like the notes that I play and the things that I tend to enjoy. But I also have different projects that play completely different music to kind of keep a good influence, because I don't know. I like the idea of having like a style, but also at the same time, I always want to be trying to play something new and something different and not get
kind of pushing your own
stuck.
boundaries. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's cool.
What was the question?
Oh, just how you guys met. Basically. That's cool though. So it was just kind of through mutual friends and connections, and then you guys all did it. Nice. And here we are.
Here we are.
Nice. Well, we're gonna ask a little bit about just kind of content of the album as well, and if there's sort of like an overarching theme with the album that you guys would say, or was it just individual songs, or was there something driving the whole concept of the album itself?
I would say it's like kind of just the development of like what we're trying to do, because our first songs are pretty like, I would say like they're more like traditionally punk than like some of the last songs we've written, and it feels like this album was like getting into what we're gonna do from now on. Like figuring out, starting somewhere and then like finishing somewhere, and that process was just like crazy growth and like experiment, and I feel like it's just like a charting, a mapping of like of our like childhood as a band or something.
As a band, but also like as people too, because I feel like that was like 2 years of going from, I was 18 when I started, you guys were like 16 when
I was
17,
16.
I entered 20s, you entered adulthood. That was like pretty
Very recently.
it was a very like growing time. It's into it. It still is. It never stops. But definitely like intense.
It's also really like musically like mature though. It's like you wouldn't have guessed your guys' age when you guys recorded it, because it's like, especially this album, it feels like almost, it's like a really like musically it's just super mature in a way,
Yeah.
As far as like the musical content of it.
Yeah, I guess that kind of brings me to like asking about the meaning behind the songs. Like as far as the lyrics go, is there any like songs that have like a meaning that stands out, or if you go like how do you go into writing lyrics for a song?
For me, the lyrics are just kind of like what's going on in my life at the, at that point. It's funny because, like, my mom always, like, jokes, like, Down by the Bay is about, it's about her. It's, like, kind of, like, a negative song about her, and it's really obvious, and, like, but I don't feel that way about her anymore. Mm-hmm. And so it's, like, I don't know, it's definitely, I've come, like, everything's come around, and I don't know, sometimes, I don't even know how to talk about lyrics. It's just kind of it just
kind of comes to you in the moment.
Like,
yeah.
I'd spend a lot of time on them, though. I work on them, and I always want to be saying something, not just, like, I think I try to stay away from writing lyrics just for the melody, like writing a melody first and then writing words based on that. So I kind of go with, like, words first and then that melody after. So.
Sure.
I remember with, like, beginning of this Innocent Fish, we were, like, looking at a ball outside and in the pool, and we're like, let's sink or let it float.
Oh, yeah.
And they just kind of, like, it was a joke at first, I think, that beat, and then, like, it just became a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a lot of I gain, like, a lot of the process just kind of, like, rolling with it and just, like, accepting what comes forward almost. It's like, right, just, like, ideas coming forward and then taking them to the next level and everything. So it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's good. Yeah, we definitely write instrumentals before vocals, though. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the last step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys mentioned earlier that you have a lot of shows coming up in the summer. Or is there a tour coming up or something like that, or just LA shows for now?
Everybody should come to Dirty Penny, July 6th.
Yes.
July 6th.
July 6th at the Echo and the Echoplex.
A lot of great bands.
Mm-hmm. Everybody should come to June 15th at the Factory.
Big Fun.
For our good old homies. Big Fun's release. Everyone should come to every single show that we play in LA.
I don't see anything wrong with that statement.
Possible tour in the works.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
End of summer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Potentially Texas bound.
Ooh, fun.
Hot.
Nice. I hear everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
Yo, for real though, I've never ordered fries from from Popeyes here, or like, right? They have Popeyes in California.
Yeah.
And I ordered a large fry from Popeyes. It's a box, dude.
Oh.
It's a full box, and I was just like, this is too stereotypical. Like, I can't. I can't, but I ate that whole box too, like, throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
So gross.
It goes.
Did you have any?
Yeah, I was just, it kind of made me think of if there's any, like, shows that throughout the band's history that have, like, stood out, or, like, any just, like, crazy experiences as, like, being a band, like...
Heck House.
Heck House?
It was our first East Coast tour. We played with Bottle Actress and Sloppy Jane and...
Matter Room.
Oh, nice. Was that in New York?
Yeah, it was in a very low ceiling basement. There was
Spiders.
vomit.
It's shut down
Yeah,
now. There was, like, a little pile of shit in the corner, and everyone's just like, yeah, we're not gonna clean it up. Like, it's just in there. Like,
Yeah, it's just
it's
part of the
molding
house.
now.
Oh, wow.
We toured with Matteroom for that one. I remember we kept losing Miles, and one night he was sleeping downstairs next to the vomit.
Oh.
Sarah got bit on the.
face
We called it the
swelled up.
spider house for a minute because Sarah got bit on her forehead, and it like. It was scary. We were like, "Yo, you need to go to the ER," and she didn't. She was okay though, but it was
Scary, yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah, I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah. I just got, I guess, one more question before we go into the music for the final segment. 'Cause you guys, you guys live far away, but keep doing it. And you guys recording, and you guys have shows planned and all that stuff. So what would you guys see as, like, kind of, like, why do you guys do it? What is the what's the what do you guys feel from it? You know, that keeps driving you guys forward.
We came back from school and we had like our first practice, and I was just like, after the practice I was like, wow, I really feel like I just came back to like my partners, like my like this is like these are my associates. Like it just felt like, yeah, we're doing it again. Like obviously we're this is what we do. Like it felt like this is what we do, and felt like I was in like a place where like I knew exactly why I was there and that I should be there. So
I feel like we've always all agreed and felt that what we're doing is important to like ourselves, and just like, jeez, like I think it's like history. I think at some point, like, oh man,
Say it.
oh man,
It's
I
marking
think
your
at
place.
some point will be relevant in some kind of timeline.
Niche.
Some like
Definitely.
someone's gonna be like, yo, that happened. That's cool. Even if it's just one person, be like, yo, that happened. That's cool. I totally lost myself on this thought.
No, definitely. It's marking your place.
I feel like we all agreed that it's important.
Mm-hmm.
If not important to anything other than ourselves. Oh my gosh.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said.
Nice, yeah. So it just feels right. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's how it reflects, I think, too. Like, the shows and stuff have so much energy between it, and I think there's like such a chemistry with the band that everybody always sees it, you know? So I'm glad you guys are doing it. I think that everyone in this room is glad that you guys are doing it and continue to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
it also just like has always felt like Sienna and I started playing music really young, and it's always felt like you're going further. Like every song we write, like everything we try to do is like consistently like going farther, like whether it's like technically or how well we can play or just pushing ourselves creatively. So it's sort of become like a habit, honestly, writing music and playing music with people. And like if you don't have that, like finding music to play with, finding people to play music with, it just feels like a like constant drive that is like habitual at this point.
Watch out for the new EP that'll come out at the end of this summer.
In music videos. We're working on
Fun.
Nice. I think we're only going to get probably a chance to play one song.
I think
let's
two.
Maybe
2 songs.
Let's just plug some of the stuff. Where can we hear this album? Or for anybody that's listening, where can you get a hold of it?
Apple Music.
Bandcamp.
What's your
Hit
guys'
our
like?
DMs for bootleg CD.
Nice. What's your guys' like tags and everything?
Sabrina's
we have
on
tags?
this chat.
at
Yeah.
Sabrina. Everything is just literally like
Sabrina's
our
on this
email is Sabrina's on this chat at Gmail.
I think our like our Bandcamp tags are like tambourine, and then like
tambourine, and then an S word.
yeah, something we can't say on this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our Twitter is
We don't have one.
It's not available.
Nice. So just before we go into this last bit, so we got this EP coming out in the summer, you said, and shows that we should look out for on Instagram and everything like that.
yes indeed.
Nice. Awesome.
We're so happy to have done this with you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
for-
Olivia, Maddie, and Sienna.
Yeah, thanks for being with us.
Ryan and Tade.
Super great hearing about the album. We've been really stoked about playing it. So we're gonna let you guys pick. We have Clean, Relief, and
Sink
Sink Into Me. As we can probably play one more. Which one do you guys want to hear?
Sink Into Me.
Sink Into Me.
It's the fastest.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Oh, but that's we actually have. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That works.
So this last song that you're going to hear is Sink Into Me. You've been listening to Lava Radio on KZUT 99.1. If you have any questions about the station, you can get a hold of us at kzutla@gmail.com. And if you have any questions about Lava, you can get a hold of us at lavalleyart@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening.
We love you.
We love you. We hope you have a good night. And we'll go into this last bit. Thanks again, guys, for doing the interview. Thanks for talking
Thank
about
you.
it. Yeah.
See you next week.
so fun as you can take it on my time. I did your name and did my writing because the word obsession. The civic with a pencil, very hard to take and make it so affected by the movements of the body, overcome by the eyes, like moments and months, see what I'm saying. Feel like we should get sometimes affected.